The Music Man is a perennial favorite for audiences of all ages. And it must be popular in this area because 2 different high schools are staging productions of it this spring. Joining me to talk about how they are putting their own spin on this fun musical are Vicky Malooley from Homestead High School and Susan Nelson from Leo Junior Senior High. Welcome, ladies, and thank you for joining me on Arts Weekly.
Thank you for asking.
I'm so glad to have you on our program today. I'm celebrating high school drama today in today's program because I think that nobody works harder than high school drama teachers. So on behalf of all of those parents out there, thank you for the hours and hours of dedication you put into to the children of your drama programs.
I love doing it.
Do you?
Me too.
Nobody works harder than you people do. You have to do the sets, you have to find the plays, you have to cast the shows, you have to direct them, costumes, the whole 10 yards, and you guys do that all on just a shoestring budget, and you create great productions. So thank you, and welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about The Music Man. Both of you chose The Music Man. We're going to start with Vicky Malooley from Homestead High School. Welcome, and tell me a little bit, how did you get to Homestead? What are your origins in the theater, if you will, please?
I think like most people, or a lot of people, I started in the high school. I had just a really inspirational high school professor, and then went on to do it in the collegiate level and loved my professors there and really had a passion, not just for being a part of theater, but also for teaching it, and noticed that I think a lot of times, whether it be the students or the staff or faculty or the community, there's kind of a stigma on high school theater. People think, you know, maybe it's a lower quality or it's not worth their time sometimes. And I really wanted to make sure that wherever I went, I would kind of dispel that. And I think that that's something that Fort Wayne in general and Homestead really offers is we put on quality productions and work really hard at doing that. And so I saw that there was an opening at Homestead. I jumped at the chance and was
nice
lucky
facility.
enough to get the job. Exactly.
You've got a nice theater. You have a shop attached to the theater space, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we do.
I've been out for a visit.
Exactly.
Because in the interest of full disclosure, Vicky Malooley is also an employee of IPFW in that you teach a dual credit theater class at Homestead High School for IPFW's Department of Theater.
And it has been, it has been such a great thing to be able to be a part of IPFW's Collegiate Connection and also giving the students an opportunity to get a college-level course while they're still in high school.
Absolutely.
I think it's incredible.
Being able to get dual credit, college credit, and the particular course that you offer is a gen ed course in most universities in the state. So they not only get a college credit, they get a gen ed out of the way before they get to college. So thank you for doing that.
No problem, I love it.
And Susan, welcome.
Thank you.
You're at Leo High School?
I am.
And how long have you been at Leo?
Well, this is my 3rd go-around. I was there earlier. In fact, a long time ago. Then I came back in the early 90s and started directing. And just about 4 years ago, I was asked to come back and take the place of someone that had just retired. And I jumped at the chance because I love working with the students and the community there.
So you teach and direct at Leo, or you just run the drama program? I
run the drama program.
Which is enough to do, absolutely. And how many shows do you do a year at Leo?
We do 2 at Leo. We just finished the Agatha Christie Murder on the Nile in the fall, which the kids dearly love, but as I was discussing with Vicky, it took a long time for them to kind of get the rhythm of it because of her writing style, but they loved it. And then, of course, we're doing The Music Man, but we've done several other shows, opened up with Anything Goes. Nobody knew how to tap dance, but we taught them how to tap dance.
Well, I have to say, going back to what Vicky said about she was inspired by a high school teacher, that's what you guys do. That's what happened for me. Sister Jadine Suter was my high school drama teacher, and I am forever in the theater because of her. But I learned to tap dance in Once Upon a Mattress, way back in 1970 something or other when I was in high school. And so you know what? You can teach these kids to tap dance. You can, absolutely.
They're very open to anything that you give them.
And you can't do Anything Goes without a few tappers.
Oh, no. That's true.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Exactly right.
If you want to do justice to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we did Into the Woods, which everybody does, but these students had never been exposed to that style, that ensemble style before, and so I thought this would be a really great way.
Now let me ask you a question about that. Were you surprised? Everybody, like you said, everybody does Into the Woods, but I think that people are surprised when the music shows up and they realize, oh, wait, this is a Sondheim piece with some of the most difficult music in his repertoire is in this fairy tale play.
Exactly.
And when they open up that score and all of a sudden they're singing 6, 8 parts, it's a little bit difficult.
Much.
Was it surprising?
Actually, the students there are pretty well trained, and they also do their homework. Like they'll go out and research, and they'll do listening. They do a lot of listening. So I really didn't have any problems teaching the parts and the harmony and the timing with them because they had been so well prepared.
Wait, do you teach it?
I teach the choral part of it, yes.
You do?
But they went out and did a lot of listening on their own before they ever got to me. So
Wow.
so they were ready to go and really open to it. And
Now, Vicky, you have a music director who takes
Yes.
care of that aspect for you.
Yes, I do.
Pretty
It's-
famous theater person in Fort Wayne.
Yes, Mr. Curtis Shaw, and really, I'm very lucky at Homestead, not just with the talent of the students and the support of the parents, but to have just an incredible support group of people that really help to put productions on. I think that's one of my favorite parts about theater is the collaborative nature of it and seeing all of those parts become a whole. And so I'm really lucky
Parents?
at Homestead.
Parents are a part
Oh,
of that
strong.
team.
Absolutely.
couldn't do it without them.
Absolutely. You've got to get them to commit to driving, to staying after school, to picking them up, coming and working on Saturday to build those sets.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
And make those costumes. All
right.
of that is a collaborative effort that's family driven, really,
Exactly.
and motivated by your efforts.
We're a little bit different at Leo, that in place we have committees, like crew heads, and the students have to actually apply to the students that are in charge. So they kind of fight to be on those committees. And then the parents come in and they assist with the set building, but the students really, it's all student driven.
That's
They do pretty much everything. I just get the direct, which is which is a lot of fun.
Well-
Homestead is a lot of the same way, and a lot of our backstage stuff, especially with lights and sound, and then our stage crew really becomes a family. It's really
Right.
incredible.
Yeah.
Couldn't do
Well, let's talk about The Music Man. What a great play for a high school to do.
it is. Who
You can-
knew? Who knew we were going
I know,
to
exactly.
we were going to do this, you know?
I-
But it's so exciting just because
It really is, and I think the show it's such a classic, and yet still such a favorite among people.
Right.
When I tell people at Homestead or parents find out that that's what we're doing, that's my favorite. You know, they just get this gleam in their eye. Or I was in it in high school. It brings back so many memories, and I'm excited to share that with my kids. And not only that, bring in middle school and elementary kids to be a part of it too. I think that's going to be
Well,
great.
there's advantages to that play in that, number one, it's a really large cast. So, Susan, you have a junior high and a high school program out at Leo. So you,
just have a high school presently, but we're going to incorporate the junior high
Okay.
in this production just because of the nature of the show.
there's a
that-
lot of children in this
Absolutely.
production. So,
Especially the
so there's
band.
an advantage to having a large cast, and then there's the great advantage to having a really recognizable title
Right.
that's going to sell some tickets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to take it one step further. You know, there's a barbershop quartet
Right.
in that production, and that's a very challenging, that's probably the most challenging part of that show.
Absolutely.
More than likely, we're probably going to connect with the barbershop quartet organization here in Fort Wayne to help us out in that direction.
That is a
Incredible.
fantastic idea. In
Awesome.
fact, that is a very active organization.
It is.
They have been hosting a competition here at,
Yes.
in Fort Wayne at the Wayne Center, I think every summer now for about the last 3 years, and they're very proud of that effort. So they'll be
I'm so excited
They'll
because
be interested in joining
exactly,
you, yeah.
Yep, that brings another whole large audience for
Absolutely.
you know, being able to see the show.
Well, how big do you anticipate your cast, Vicky?
At this point, I don't know because we don't have auditions until the middle of February. Probably between 40 and 50. It just depends on who auditions and what that looks like. But I'm hoping to make it as big as it possibly can be because we have so many. One of the reasons we chose it at Homestead is we have so many talented kids, and this show really allows for not just lead roles like Harold Hill or Marion, but a lot of smaller parts that showcase just the incredible talent and a core group of ensemble that will really stand out as well. So
Yeah, there's lots of, I guess they're minor roles. They're not unimportant roles, they're minor roles. But there are some very large choral numbers and choral
Absolutely.
dancing and an opportunity for the chorus to really be involved on a regular basis. It's not one of those plays where they sing at the beginning and they come back at the end of Act 1, and then we see him at
Exactly.
the curtain call. That chorus is going to be busy in that show.
Exactly.
There's lots to do.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about contact information and dates. Let's specifically start with Vicky. What are your dates for Music Man, and how do people get tickets?
Music Man is May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. May 2nd and 3rd, it's at 7:30, and May 4th, it's at 2 p.m. And tickets are $5 for students. Don't have to be a Southwest Allen County or Homestead student. It's just $5 for all students and $8 for adults. And you can get tickets by calling 431-2266 or by contacting me via email vmalooley@sacs.k12.in.us.
Wow. You're going to get a lot of emails.
Send them on in.
Send
Love
them
to
on
have
in.
you.
Come on.
And Susan, how about your tickets at Leo? How do we get that
Our
information?
show is the week before theirs. The weekend before theirs would be April 24, 25, and 26, 7 p.m., and it is in our auditoria.
Right.
Combination of cafeteria, auditorium type, but and they can get tickets by calling the school at 446-0180.
260-446-0180 for the
Correct.
Leo tickets.
Right, and they're $6 in advance, and they're $10 at the door.
Well, Vicky has a big theater and a shop, a cafeteria, a cafetorium, did you say?
It's an audit. They call it, well, same difference, auditoria.
Auditoria.
But we build our stage is like a 40-foot proscenium, and then there's maybe 25 or 30 feet deep. We were discussing that earlier, that both of our stages are very, very, they're not deep at all.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But we build
Shallow, very
everything on stage, backstage, and the wings area, which is non-existent.
Right.
We have a little tiny, tiny shop.
So during the day it's a cafeteria, and then at night it's an auditorium for entertainment and big musicals like The
Right.
Music Man.
Exactly.
Wow.
And we do some good things. I'm really proud of the things that they've done.
Yeah. I actually think that IPFW's Brush Up Your Shakespeare may have come out to Leo and performed in that
did.
space when I was chair of the theater department and directed that production.
Small,
Well,
huh?
small. Well, the lunch ladies were having lunch when we were there, so that was kind of fun. Thank you both for joining me, and good luck on The Music Man. It's
Thank you so
you.
much for
It's a
inviting
large
us.
undertaking, but I know you both do a great job.
Thank
so
you.
congratulations
Very
on that.
excited
Thank
to do
you.
it.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Don't miss the next Arts Weekly when director James Del Priore and actor Gloria Minnick stop by to give us the details on Laughingstock, opening January 24th at Arena Dinner Theater. Then representatives from Arts United will join me to talk about their new Black Box Theater. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thank you for watching Arts Weekly.